This narrative draws upon the profound insights presented in Julian Curtis Lee's seminal work, The Bliss of the Celibate, 2003, delving into the transformative power of semen retention, or what we might more broadly term sexual self-mastery. It illuminates a path for men to reclaim marvelous characteristics that for too long have lain dormant within them. In an age where the very essence of words like vitality, grit, radiance, and glory seems to have been swallowed by the pervasive shadows of lust and rampant sexual addiction, this exploration serves as a critical call to remembrance. It urges us to recollect and wholeheartedly embrace these magnificent, innate attributes that define true manhood, offering a stark contrast to the diluted versions of masculinity so prevalent today. Through the timeless wisdom of Julian Curtis Lee's teachings, we embark on a journey to uncover the profound and often challenging truths of sexual energy and its pivotal role in shaping the modern man. This isn't about shaming desire, but about understanding the profound cost of its unchecked expression. It's about recognizing that the casual, indiscriminate release of sexual energy, whether through habitual masturbation, promiscuous encounters, or the endless pursuit of fleeting gratification, isn't just a physical act. It's a profound dissipation of a man's core vitality, eroding the very foundations of his inner strength and purpose. As a man begins to truly embrace semen retention or consciously practice sexual restraint, a subtle yet profound shift commences within his psyche and his being. The immediate and most noticeable effect is a liberation from the often unspoken inhibitions that can arise around other men. No longer clouded by the unconscious comparisons or anxieties often fueled by an overactive sexual impulse, he begins to perceive a special nobility in his fellow men, particularly those who exhibit self-control in their sexual lives. This newfound clarity develops into an almost instinctive ability to distinguish these men from those who are uncontrolled, whose energies are scattered and unfocused. He develops an acute sense, an instinctive radar to discern the sexual undercurrents of others. He can feel their sexual thoughts, a quiet resonance that reveals if a man has recently indulged in masturbation or sexual activity. This isn't a judgment, but a heightened awareness, a deeper reading of the energetic landscape. He acquires the undeniable ability to distinguish individuals who are actively practicing semen retention from those who are not, noting the palpable difference in their energetic presence. This journey into self-mastery also ushers in a newfound ease in discussing sexual matters openly and without discomfort with other men. The awkwardness, the veiled discomfort that previously permeated such conversations gradually recedes, replaced by a confident and unburdened candor. Previously, for many men caught in the thrall of their primal attractions, the veil of sexual desire painted most women as inherently desirable, if not unequivocally good. However, with the consistent practice of semen retention, a man begins a powerful evolution into a more discerning individual. His awareness deepens, piercing through superficial allure to reveal the inner natures of women. Consequently, fewer women now appear as inherently good or desirable, as they once did through the distorting lens of uncontrolled desire. This is not a dismissal of women, but a critical recalibration of perception, moving from instinctive reaction to conscious evaluation. One of the most profound markers of this internal transformation is the cessation of self-pleasure, even extending to the realm of sleep. Nocturnal emissions, those involuntary releases, begin to diminish, with erections manifesting only within the structured narratives of dreams, rather than as uncontrolled physical urges. This significant internal shift directly coincides with a palpable surge in his daily energy levels. The assertion that the potency of sexual energy and semen extends to both the physical and spiritual realms within the human body is not merely metaphorical, it is an undeniable truth experienced by those who walk this path. Just as the wanton wasting and unmindful loss of this vital force have clear deleterious effects, respecting and consciously preserving this energy yields profound and unequivocally positive results. This understanding forms the bedrock of ancient wisdom traditions and, as we'll explore, offers a vital antidote to the pervasive energy drain of modern unexamined sexuality. It's an awakening to the dark truth that unrestrained gratification doesn't fulfill, it depletes. Across the vast tapestry of human cultures, with a spiritual lineage, there exist various terms and rich lexicons relating to sexual culture and, more specifically, to the profound effects of sexual culture and restraint. Among these ancient and potent expressions, none resonates more deeply than Virya, originating from the spiritual heartland of India. Virya encapsulates a constellation of discernible attributes of character and demeanor that manifest conspicuously in the sexually restrained man. It is a quality that radiates outward, a testament to an inner cultivation. According to the venerable Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, a foundational text of yoga philosophy, it is unequivocally declared, on becoming established in continence or celibacy, Virya is attained. This isn't a passive acquisition, it is a direct, observable outcome. A dedicated practitioner of semen retention develops a noticeable virya, an unmistakable presence that sets him apart. Virya is not merely a theoretical concept, it is a pronounced vitality, a robust and invigorating life force that emanates directly from the stored-up sexual energy within. It signifies nothing less than the increase of fundamental masculine qualities, profound strength that sustains effort, unyielding stamina that endures trials, boundless energy that fuels ambition, crystal clear clarity of thought that cuts through confusion, unwavering patience that navigates complexities, and a deep, unshakable evenness of temperament that brings internal peace. Furthermore, Virya also refers to a kind of luminous aura, a subtle yet perceptible nimbus or shine that intrinsically attends the sexually restrained man. This transforming power of Virya manifests swiftly and powerfully in a celibate male, and with consistent practice, it continues to flourish and intensify. It stands as a living testament to an inherent natural law, a direct consequence governed by his conscious preservation and wise stewardship of the sacred male energy. This is the very energy that, when squandered through casual indulgence and unexamined urges, particularly through excessive masturbation or the endless pursuit of fleeting connections, leads to a profound internal deficit, a silent erosion of a man's spiritual and energetic reserves. In the English language, we possess a splendid term that echoes and closely ties to the very essence of Virya, virility. Virility, in its truest sense, encapsulates the state, the character, or the defining quality of being virile. And here is how the dictionary, in its understated precision, defines virile. Firstly, it means having characteristics of manhood. Secondly, it signifies having the vigor or strength of manhood, sturdy, intrepid, and forceful, masculine. And thirdly, capable of procreation. The undeniable presence of a truly virile man is universally recognizable. It transcends mere physical stature or outward actions, although these certainly contribute to the manifestation of virility. Similar to the profound essence of Virya, virility is a vital and profoundly healthful energy that radiates outward from his physique, his countenance, and his entire demeanor. It's an undeniable resonance that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. Virility also intrinsically implies a sense of primacy or a profound purity of purpose and being. It shares a deep etymological kinship with the term vitality, signifying the very life force or the essence of life itself. However, virility has throughout history consistently been recognized as the definitive descriptor for the quintessence of male energy, particularly in arenas demanding immense courage and unwavering bravery. Consider the brutal crucible of battles and wars. It is the virile man who is indispensable, whose resolve holds firm when all others waver. When venturing into the vast, unknown territories of the West, facing unimaginable hardships and dangers, it was the virile man who was specifically sought for the arduous journey. Indeed, for any endeavor that demands significant risk and an immense expenditure of sustained energy, the virile man, or the dedicated practitioner of semen retention, is the one you implicitly want. He is the one who wins wars, protects others who are more vulnerable, and stands as a bulwark against chaos. This profound internal strength, born of self-mastery, also makes a man utterly unafraid to stand up bravely for his principles, even if it means taking unpopular positions, if given just cause. Virility in men is that unyielding quality that empowers them to challenge the system, to confront injustice, and to forge their own path. It's a quiet rebellion against the complacent, a rejection of the comfortable lie. These are some of the deep, often unconscious reasons why women instinctively gravitate toward a man who truly exudes virility. The virile man radiates an undeniable aura of energy, courage, and effectiveness. He is not merely capable of taking action, he is a force of nature, standing resiliently against oppressors and actively enhancing the conditions of life for those around him. When we cast our gaze upon the youth of bygone eras, our fathers and grandfathers, a striking prevalence of virility and the consistent practice of semen retention in their appearance becomes undeniably evident. Furthermore, the deeds and accomplishments stemming directly from this profound virility appear far more abundant and impactful among the men of the past. In stark contrast, contemporary times present a somber picture with the erosion of dharma, the moral and ethical framework, and a rising tide of sexual addiction among men. the manifestation of this vital quality has become increasingly rare. The countenance of many young men today often reflects a deep sense of depletion, appearing drawn, lightless, and lacking true inner fire. This debilitating state is severely exacerbated by the escalating and indiscriminate release of their vital seed through practices such as habitual masturbation, pervasive exposure to pornography, and unchecked sexual addiction. The relentless and unexamined engagement in these activities systematically dismantles the very essence of masculinity within them, leaving behind a hollowed-out shell. The tragic loss of virility, coupled with the profound depletion of Virya, is a direct and undeniable consequence of the reckless expenditure of male sexual energy, leading inevitably to a natural and devastating erosion of robust manhood. This isn't just a physical decline, it's a spiritual and psychological wound that festers in the shadows of unaddressed desires, a dark truth that demands our unflinching attention.
The endearing presence of the term virility in our language is no accident. It can be squarely attributed to the historical prevalence of sexual restraint among men of the past. These were men who, by their very nature and discipline, radiated an unmistakable virility that was both seen and felt. Today, tragically, this word is seldom used, fading into obscurity alongside the qualities it once described. Yet it found powerful resonance during the tumultuous era of World War II, a time when men of undeniable virility played pivotal roles in defeating formidable foes like Germany and Japan. Their strength, their resilience, and their unwavering spirit were direct manifestations of this inner power. The significance of virility extends far beyond the brutal arena of warfare. It is the fundamental driving force behind monumental accomplishments, such as the building of towering bridges, the intricate manufacturing of complex automobiles, and the pioneering invention of revolutionary computers, all feats predominantly achieved by men steeped in this profound masculine energy. Consider Nikola Tesla, for instance, a veritable statue of semen retention and virility, whose genius gave birth to many of the foundational technologies we rely upon today. His sustained focus and unparalleled inventiveness were not accidental. They were the direct fruits of a disciplined life, a life where vital energy was conserved and transmuted into extraordinary creative output. In Oriental philosophy, particularly within the strategic insights of works like Sun Tzu's The Art of War, there exists a chillingly effective stratagem: sending prostitutes into the enemy camp. This tactic underscores with brutal clarity the devastating impact of unchecked sexual lure on human resolve and discipline. It is an undisputed historical truth that the men who emerged victorious in past conflicts were, by and large, those who adhered to a moral dharma, demonstrating greater sexual restraint and, consequently, a heightened virility. Their internal fortitude was a direct reflection of their self-mastery. Reflecting on the sweeping arc of history, it becomes starkly evident that had men of the past succumbed to the same insidious habits we see rampant today, habits like sexual addiction, pervasive pornography consumption, and indiscriminate masturbation, the very concept of virility might be entirely absent from the English dictionary. The defining characteristics of true manhood, sturdiness, intrepidity, and forcefulness, would have been notably compromised, leaving a void where true masculine power once stood. Sexual restraint is not merely an auxiliary component of worldly success for men. it becomes doubly, almost infinitely important in spiritual endeavors. The arduous task of controlling the mind, as diligently practiced in meditation, is often described as the most difficult and exhausting of all worldly works. It demands an immense reservoir of inner strength and unwavering focus. Thus, the very force that endows a man with virility and boundless energy is also precisely what is needed for the advanced spiritual life of the yogi, the monk, or the saint. These paths of profound inner transformation are not for the faint of heart or the undisciplined mind. The wonderful Vedic saint Ramakrishna, a beacon of spiritual wisdom, once profoundly stated, "The first evidence of a man's progress in spiritual life is a strong grit." This wisdom, captured in the Gospel of Ramakrishna, defines grit not just as firmness of character, but specifically as an unyielding resolve, especially in the face of pain or imminent danger, embodying pure pluck and unwavering courage. From immemorial time, mankind has possessed an inherent experiential understanding that sexual restraint is inextricably linked to the development of character and profound courage. Roman legionnaires, the epitome of military discipline, were strictly prohibited from any sexual activity whatsoever while on military campaigns. This wasn't a moral decree for its own sake, but a pragmatic understanding of the energetic cost of unchecked desire on a fighting force. Here, Ramakrishna, with his unparalleled insight, explicitly linked spiritual progress to sexual restraint, emphasizing that it is precisely this restraint that cultivates the indomitable grit. He is, in essence, articulating a fundamental truth. When a man has made genuine spiritual progress, he naturally becomes sexually restrained. And this inner discipline, in turn, manifests outwardly as an undeniable grit, a greater firmness of character, and unshakable courage and enduring resilience. Conversely, unrestrained and wanton sexual activity, the casual squandering of one's vital essence through excessive indulgence, systematically destroys the very character of a man and irrevocably takes away his courage, leaving him vulnerable, depleted, and often lost in the shadows of his own unexamined impulses. This is a dark truth, often obscured by the easy availability of instant gratification, but one that lies at the very heart of masculine decline.
Beyond the stoic strength of grit, there exists another profound manifestation of sexual self-mastery, eloquently captured by the Sanskrit term tej. Tej refers to the unmistakable sparkle in the eyes, the luminous glow of vitality, and the charismatic aura that encircles the face and body of a dedicated practitioner of semen retention. Some ancient scriptures, particularly those of the Buddhists, refer to it simply as radiance. This captivating quality is not a matter of belief. It can be readily observed in the serene and vibrant faces of celibate yogis such as Yogananda and Sivananda, whose very presence seemed to illuminate their surroundings. You can witness it among the monks and nuns residing in various ashrams and hermitages, or in the tranquil yet powerful countenances of hermit yogis and saints who have truly mastered their inner world. It is a visual testament to an overflowing wellspring of internal energy, carefully conserved and purposefully directed. By diligently cultivating and gaining tej, this radiant aura of vitality, a man experiences a cascade of tangible benefits that extend far beyond the aesthetic. You will immediately notice that you fall ill less often. Many minor health problems, previously persistent irritants will be significantly mitigated or, in many cases, disappear entirely. Your physical being becomes more robust, your immune system strengthened by the conserved energy. Furthermore, you will find you need less sleep, yet awaken feeling more refreshed and invigorated, a clear sign that your body's restorative processes are optimized. Internally, a profound shift in temperament occurs. You develop a more even disposition, a calm and unwavering steadiness that allows you to navigate the vicissitudes of life with grace. Few external irritations or minor provocations have the power to disturb your inner peace or cause you to lose your temper. At the same time, this newfound serenity does not translate to passivity. Quite the contrary. You become bolder, more courageous in the face of challenges, and exhibit an unshakable integrity in your actions and words. This internal coherence fosters a remarkable consistency of character, making you a man of your word, reliable and true. Coupled with this, you develop greater constancy in pursuing your goals, an unyielding determination that propels you forward even when obstacles arise. The scattered energy of unbridled desire is now channeled into focused, purposeful action, transforming aspiration into achievement. Remarkably, this internal purification even extends to the subconscious realm. You begin actively controlling wet dreams, no longer subject to the involuntary release of vital energy during sleep. This indicates a deeper purification, an active process of cleansing your astral body and astral mind, aligning your subconscious with your conscious intent of mastery. As you continue on this path, you'll find that any attraction that comes your way is subtly yet profoundly altered. When others are drawn to you, it will almost invariably be a woman who is herself developing moral purity, a reflection of the profound energetic shift within you. You no longer create casual sexual experiences in the dream state as the unconscious mind aligns with the higher ideal of conscious retention. This profound transformation also instigates a radical shift in how a man perceives the female form, moving from a place of primal instinct to one of conscious discernment. In a state dominated by sexual addiction, the female form often appears to wield an almost supernatural influence over the male psyche, essentially assuming the role of a de facto god or an irresistible force. This prevalent and enduring condition significantly contributes to understanding contemporary societal dynamics, particularly in relation to women's perspectives on men and their evolving self-perceptions. When men worship the superficial, women are inevitably shaped by that superficiality. However, through the consistent and disciplined practice of sexual restraint, a truly transformative shift occurs in the male perception of the female form. It allows him to see it as a straightforward biological construct, divested of any mystical or magical power it once seemed to possess. As the practice of sexual restraint takes firm hold, the man begins to recognize the fundamentally animal nature of the female body, akin to a child observing a creature in a barnyard. This stark change in perspective challenges and ultimately dispels the supernatural aura previously attributed to the female form during periods of sexual addiction and unchecked craving. It's a regrounding in reality, stripping away the illusion and seeing the biological truth.
Instead of feeling her rounded features are inherently erotic, he now perceives them as nature's practical way of the female storing up fat for potential pregnancies, a functional biological design. Instead of seeing breasts as something ethereal or supernal, he recognizes them as glands peculiar to the female, specifically meant for feeding young. Females with large lips are seen as not as symbols of ultimate sensuality, but as the incarnational outcome of a lot of talking and eating, a simple physiological reality. The female sexual area, rather than seeming irresistibly interesting, begins to seem repulsive, even pathetic, gross. Again, much like when he was a young boy, before societal conditioning and rampant sexualization took hold. He becomes acutely aware that females are, like all biological beings, full of bacteria, dirt, and excrement. They let farts, have bad breath, and are generally, in a raw biological sense, unclean. He begins to coolly analyze the female form in this way, seeing that from this higher consciousness there is little truly attractive about it in a purely carnal sense. This isn't misogyny, it's the raw, unvarnished truth of biological observation, unclouded by the desperate clamor of lust, a dark truth often suppressed by societal norms and the intoxicating pursuit of superficial pleasure.
This profound shift in perception extends beyond the individual, illuminating the broader social effects of man's infatuation with the female form. You begin to see with crystalline clarity that almost all women, having been subjected to a world where male desire is often unchecked and indiscriminate, unconsciously assume that males are no better than dogs, that all men inherently worship the female form and are generally unable to resist any woman who offers them even a fleeting glance of interest. You recognize that they hold this belief not out of malice, but based on actual, consistent experience with men, and the way men have, in reality, behaved. This is a bitter pill to swallow, a dark truth about the consequences of collective male indiscipline. You also see, tragically, why women have lost so much respect for men. Yet, simultaneously you perceive how deeply unhappy it makes her that she cannot truly respect the male. Her disdain is a shield, but her deeper yearning is for something more substantial, something she rarely encounters. In this elevated state of self-mastery, your attraction is radically refined. You notice that only women who are morally pure hold any genuine attractiveness for you, and you develop an almost uncanny ability to sense moral virtue in others, as if guided by an internal radar. This instinct is especially sharpened for the semen retention practitioner and the diligent meditator, whose inner world is becoming increasingly aligned with higher truths. In the realm of spiritual virtues, intelligence often becomes a tantalizing quality in women, transcending superficial conventional attractiveness. In this elevated state, a virtuous man is exclusively drawn to women possessing profound inner virtues, a depth of character that resonates with his own cultivated purity. Amid a lineup of conventionally attractive women, only the one radiating moral integrity truly captivates his mind and spirit. Similar to a woman's intuitive discernment about male attraction, the spiritual man possesses an acute ability to discern the moral essence within a woman, making him immune to superficial allure. Any lingering attraction to an immoral woman instantly reflects a remaining impurity within the man himself, serving as a powerful indicator for continued inner work. When on semen retention, the man's sense of attraction extends far beyond mere physical appeal, embracing higher character traits within a woman. Intelligence, genuine maternal qualities, and unwavering loyalty to her husband elevate a woman's attractiveness for this discerning man. Conventional, sexy attributes are simply insufficient unless they are accompanied by high moral virtue, akin to his own evolving standards. Conversely, women with a modest physical appearance can captivate him profoundly if they embody these higher virtues. His temptation now lies with very few women, exclusively those of purity and profound moral virtue. This isn't a restrictive burden, it's a liberating focus, directing his energy towards connections of genuine depth and resonance. This purification process in men has a powerful, beneficial ripple effect on all women. When men, in a lower state of consciousness, indiscriminately chase any woman based solely on superficial attraction, women are inadvertently stripped of any real motivation to cultivate a high moral station. Why would they, when their superficial appeal is enough to command male attention? It is precisely because men are returning to purity and goodness that women automatically begin to follow suit. This pattern has been observed and understood from age to age, a fundamental truth about the dynamic between the masculine and feminine. Woman is the way she is today only because of what has happened to man. Her condition reflects his. When he rises, she has the space and incentive to rise with him. Others, both men and women, notice you and are attracted to you more than before, an unconscious recognition of your newfound strength and presence. Deep down, women instinctively want men to be moral, to possess emotional strength, and to exude physical vitality. Semen retention, by its very nature, provides all of these qualities in abundance. A woman also happens to be attracted to the stored-up sexual energy itself, an undeniable energetic pull that provides greater temptations both to the retainer and to her. The retained sexual energy begins to be heard, subtly yet powerfully, in the sound of your voice. Moral or spiritual development literally changes the quality of the voice. One of the ancient scriptures states that a clear sign of spiritual development is a more pleasant and attractive voice. Indeed, there are distinct qualities that imbue the voice of those who meditate much, and especially those who consistently practice semen retention. Together, these elements profoundly transform the very essence of one's voice, in both men and women. Those with intuition and spiritual depth can discern spiritual and moral virtue in another person simply by the resonance and quality of their voice. Through a dedicated combination of meditation and celibacy, the voice takes on a deeper, more melodic and richer quality, radiating a profound sense of joy, akin to a perpetually gentle smile. For advanced yogis, their spoken words resonate like a harmonious song, carrying a soothing and comforting effect on those who listen, a quality often attributed to the divine presence that now flows through their voice. The reason your voice improves so dramatically is that you are becoming increasingly full of virtue, and this virtue can be heard and felt in your very utterance. Seeking God, or seeking the highest truth, is indeed the highest virtue. So anyone who simply dedicates themselves to this pursuit will, over successive incarnations, develop a beautiful and resonant voice. You are becoming more like the divine being through your constant thought and focus on that. And so your voice is becoming more like that of the divine being, a conduit for higher frequencies. This is not mere poetic flourish. It is a profound energetic truth, a testament to the power of disciplined intention.
As you walk this path of profound inner transformation, you will inevitably find it harder to find others who resonate with your newfound depth and discipline. The crowd thins, and superficial connections cease to satisfy. However, occasionally, you will encounter kindred spirits, individuals who also walk a similar path, and when you do, there is an immediate and profound sense of respect, a recognition of shared purpose and strength. This natural divergence from the mundane makes you increasingly cherish solitude, finding deep peace and profound insight in your own company. Your thoughts, once scattered and fleeting, are found to possess far more effect, carrying a weight and resonance they never had before. Similarly, your words are discovered to have a much greater impact, infused with an authority and clarity that commands attention. This heightened energetic state extends beyond your immediate self. Your thoughts are found to subtly but powerfully influence your surroundings. People who spend time around you, even without conscious awareness, begin to become more like you, subtly shifting their own energies and perspectives in response to your stable, elevated vibration. Whatever spiritual realization you have attained, you become intrinsically able to pass it on to others, not through didactic teaching alone, but through energetic transference. You become a conduit, able to transmit profound knowledge to another person, even the most esoteric, hidden, or abstruse wisdom, by mere thought. This profound capability is a direct consequence of his carefully retained and transmuted sexual energy. This has always been true, throughout the ages, and remains a powerful, often overlooked truth in the present. On a more mundane level, even a man who practices semen retention, who is not necessarily a God-seeker or on an overt spiritual path, will still influence others powerfully through his thoughts and presence. Even an ordinary celibate, by the sheer force of his conserved energy, influences the world more deeply through his thought than most could ever imagine. This is the quiet power, the undeniable authority that comes from mastering oneself at the most fundamental, energetic level. This journey into self-mastery is not a path of denial, but a path of profound realignment. It is about confronting the shadow self, the unexamined impulses, and the societal conditioning that has led so many men to unconsciously squander their most vital energy. The unchecked pursuit of casual sex, the endless scroll of pornography leading to habitual masturbation. These are not expressions of freedom, but often symptoms of deeper wounds, love addiction, or a desperate avoidance of true intimacy and vulnerability. The constant leakage of sexual energy through indiscriminate release leaves a man feeling hollowed out, unfulfilled, and perpetually searching for something external to fill an internal void. It breeds rejection trauma and feeds a cycle of toxic love, where the ego seeks validation rather than genuine connection. The dark truth is that the boundless pursuit of fleeting gratification, fueled by the ego's demands, is a subtle form of self-sabotage, draining a man of the very energy he needs to heal, to build, to lead, and to create a life of purpose. It's a crisis of modern masculinity, where emotional discipline has been replaced by instant gratification, and the deep, rich wellspring of masculine energy is systematically depleted. This is not about shaming sexual desire itself, which is a natural and potent force, but about exposing the devastating consequences of its unexamined, wasteful, and unconscious expenditure. If you resonate with these raw truths, if you are a man ready to confront what you have buried in the dark and truly begin to heal, then dark truth therapy is your path.
we delve into Jungian thought, explore male psychology, and offer tools for shadow work, helping men to heal, not by chasing fleeting external light, but by unflinchingly confronting what lies within. It's time to move beyond the superficial. Reclaim your masculine energy and forge a path of authentic power. Like this story if it resonated with you, and hit that subscribe button for Dark Truth Therapy for more deep dives into men's mental health, masculine healing, shadow work, and the journey of unmasking the self.